Hey folks, Carolyn here. I'm joined today by Carl Roloffs, design director at Zojoy, and we're here today to talk about a game that I'm really excited about because it's a revival of an adventure game that I have very, very fond memories of, Shadowgate. Why don't you talk a little bit about like the kind of history of Shadowgate and what it means to be bringing it back today?
Great. Pleasure to be here. So this was Shadowgate was a game that was designed back in the 80s with Dave Marsh and myself. I've known Dave virtually my whole life, and we worked together on and off through our careers. And we've always wanted to bring Shadowgate back. Shadowgate first came out on the Mac in the old black and white mode, and then it went on to the various PC clones and Ataris and Commodores and everything else, and just been ported over and over and over again. And the opportunity came a couple years ago when Double Fine did their Kickstarter, and they were so successful, we just said to each other, well, why not? Why not do Shadowgate? So that kind of prompted us to revisit this and get Shadowgate underway again.
Well, cool. Why don't you start it up and let's take a look at the new reimagined Shadowgate.
There's three difficulties. There is an apprentice mode, the journeyman mode, and the master mode. We have some tutorials which you never had in Shadowgate, so hopefully that'll help people just get into the game. If you remember from the Mac version way back when, you would just be dumped in front of a castle with a picture of a castle. And here we just try to give you some reason for you being there and how you got there. So this was an opportunity with this reimagining for us to flesh out more of the story. So this, all this stuff just kind of introduces Lakmir as a character in the game, which was in the original game, and you as a character as well. The original game, I don't think, we never had a name for the original character. We gave him the name Jer later on, and this is just the opportunity to just get into character and just understand kind of what's going on and who you are. So, and here we're also introducing you to the big baddie in the game. Again, we just dumped you in the game, so you had no idea who this guy was, and this just gives you an idea that there's something going on with this guy. So now we dump you into the game.
Yeah, it's a lot more like world building happening here than in the original. Okay, so this is definitely reminiscent of my memory of like the very beginning of classic Shadowgate on the Mac. You're in front of this door.
Right. So it's a it's a graphical adventure. So it is an adventure game. So text is important, and you can also interact with every object that we allow you to. So you can click on things and do various commands like look, which will give you some text, kind of give you an idea what you might be able to do with things. You can try to take things or do crazy things. So I'm trying to open up that, and you can't do that. But let me try the door here. So that's locked, and it looks like there's something back there. Let me try to take that. And this guy starts talking there. So I can't really take the key until.
Okay, you have to take the skull.
Right,
and the key.
And the skull is an important part of the game. This is Yorick. So he introduces himself to you. He's kind of this unknown character. You really don't know who he is, but he's basically a sidekick who helps you through the game. Cool. He is our hint system. Yeah. He also offers various banter throughout the game. Let's do something here. So I could go and use this dirk on things, but if you notice, I click use dirk, and now I got to click the dirk. Use it on what? Mm-hmm. So I can like use it on myself. I get a comment after pause. You rethink your suicidal thought. Yeah. We want to give you the benefit of the doubt if you do it on accident.
Right.
But I'm showing you this because we introduced this feature called Quick Use. Okay. So what I can do is I can bind a key to an object, and in this case I'm going to hit Control 1. Now the dirk is bound to 1. So at any time, if I hit 1, it's a use dirk on something. So I can use it on myself again, and it's still saying, "Are you really sure you want to do that?" Yeah. Well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to kill myself right away here. So I'm going to use the dirk on this thing right here because there's a helm. So we can take the helm, and I can kind of look at it. I notice it's not here, but my outfit tab is glowing. This is where I put it. It's an outfit because I can wear it. So now we put the helm on him. So if you remember from the Mac, eyes,
yes.
The eyes going back and forth.
Yes, I do.
All it was text. So this gives us the chance to have some fun and add some drama, to the game by adding some great effects. So just a couple other things with the command stuff. So I can use myself on things, but I can also another quick thing is I can use double click, and that's actually that's totally from the Mac. So and that's definitely effective. Something else you can do, you can lock a command. So now I can just go and I can look at things. I looked at the torch. There's the door. Oh, that was the key that I just must have opened up. And here's a hatch. So I can look at a bunch of things, kind of get an idea what's in the room, and I can look back at things that I've done and examined. Okay, so a lot of that's familiar stuff. It's just kind of given to you it looks different. So I can hit T, take a torch, but let's just how about we leave the room? So double click to go through. And this is the infamous trap room. A couple of things that we really wanted to try to do was make sure that we have enough clues in the game. You get room text here that talks about a musty breeze coming from behind the altar. Maybe there's something to that, right? And then also note, the layout of the room here. People may not realize that they can go down over here, and you can. I want to take you to a room that you probably remember well from the Mac days, and everybody else may be remembering also from NES, is the, I'll get there in a second. Let's talk about a couple things in this room. So there's lots of things. So this will be different to you, but it's a similar room from the original. You just may not know it yet. I've got this thing over here. Double click on that. It's something made of ice and cold. It's kind of, let's take it. Nope, I can't take it, so it must be something else. Other things, let's do this. So I did my torch, and that's at 2, so now my lit torch, so I can burn anything I want.
Sure.
And what I'm going to do is there's something up there, I'm going to burn that. That's a creature up there, right?
A giant spider.
Looks kind of scary. Let me show you another feature that'll be different. We have a map. And, this maps out every room you've been in. And when I examined the spider, notice how it came there. So there are various things you can examine that will actually appear on your map. And those are there to kind of give you hints. They may help you on later puzzles, or they may not. But there are interesting things in the castle. So this may be just a reminder there's a spider there, and that may help you later in the game, or it may not. So now here's the infamous dragon room. So this should be very familiar to people who know the game, and if not, then it's a cool, fun thing anyway. So I kind of know what to do here, so I'm immediately going to equip this iron shield.
Yep.
And if you remember from the we had this long line of flame that came out at you, and if you had the shield, then you were good to go. And this is one that's kind of similar to all the original games. So I'm going to lock, actually I want to lock take. I'm going to take a bunch of things because there's good things in here. So the shield's holding up nicely. Let's take this thing because it looks good.
Huh.
You see that looked kind of interesting, didn't it? Let's go look at that. So there's a guy with glasses. Huh. So I pried off the dirk, but I'm in this room with this dragon, so he's still responding every turn and still trying to kill me. So even though I'm doing something else, he's continuing on.
And the shield is beginning to melt.
So the shield is completely destroyed now. So, but you know, I don't get it. So I'm going to just take off my helm. You can see my John Lennon glasses on me over there.
Yeah.
So you can see that. So I tug it off, and he's still going to blow fire on me. So, you know, Shadowgate.
Yeah, death is a frequent part of the Shadowgate experience,
It is,
as I recall.
Yes, we actually relish, you know, killing the player in most any way we can. So this is the mirror room. You may remember this.
I do.
It probably has more mirrors.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
than you remember. So I can, you know, there's some interesting stuff going on here because things are enchanted. That one isn't. So, okay, that's kind of interesting. York just makes some, you know, interesting quips now and then. Yeah. But really what I want to do in this room is show you something. I've already quick bound, for quick use, my hammer. And I'm going to...
Oh, no. Oh, you've unlocked hidden death mode. I didn't expect that. Okay.
So... We've added special deaths to Shadowgate, stuff you can find that you don't have to do. Okay. But it's just fun to find, and we'll give you achievements for stuff like this.
So it encourages you to just like experiment with the environment and try different things, like poke and prod things and see what happens.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not a winning strategy. Just try everything on anything,
right.
But it's fun sometimes because you get weird responses and funny stuff like this.
Yeah. Ha. No, that's pretty great.
For those that may remember, the NES game.
Oh, yeah, the music is very memorable from the NES game.
Yes. So that's what we added here. Let me show you, so you can play the game in retro mode. And I want to show you this particular room just because it looks fun, how we're replicating the 8-bit feel.
Oh yeah,
with the flame there. And this, people will recognize the quill. So this is a mode that we're working on. We're still adding a couple things, so that'll be a surprise for players. Okay. But at any time, I can sit there and, if I really wish to hear the music, I can turn off the graphics.
Okay.
But actually, I'm just going to go back and turn that on. And we're going to... So we got the rickety bridge here. I don't know if you remember the rickety bridge. It probably never moved like this. So that's not a good thing to go on a rickety bridge.
No.
You need some help some way. And then...
Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's great. That's classic image right there.
Yeah. So that's, you know, that gives you a taste of everything that we kind of added here.
Yeah.
You know, we're finishing beta, and we should be releasing, you know, sometime in August.
Okay, and on what, how will people be able to access the game, and what platforms?
Okay, so we are releasing on Steam first, the PC and the Mac versions of this game. And the Mac won't be black and white. Okay. So just if you're wondering. And then after that, we're going to go to the tablets. We're going to do Android tablets and the iPads. And then after that, who knows where we're going to go.
Well, Carl, thank you so much for coming in today and giving us a look at Shadowgate.
It has been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.